Okay guys, Adventures with Zach here, also known as Zach, and this is going to be the first episode of my faction series, and in this I will just be explaining to you guys pretty much everything that you need to know. It won't be a real big PvP episode or something like that, so if that's what you guys are looking for, head on over to episode 2, should be down in the description. And so this server is CosmicPvp, and the link will be in the description, and right now we're on Jungle Planet, and the server is very unique in a couple of ways. It has awesome custom enchants which make everything much more interesting, and I'll show this to you in a moment. And it has factions and MCMMO and all kinds of other cool things. I'll show those all to you in today's episode. So here are, well, in custom enchants are practically extra enchantments that the developers of the server have put onto it, and they've added in. So these are for, well, I'll tell you what they're. So start over at here. So here we have blindness to start off. It's a sword enchantment, and it blinds the attackers. It gives you like it practically blinds you. Enough said there. Also these custom enchants, there's things called envoys. So down in the warzone spawn area down there, chests will randomly spawn, and you can get into them, and they will get cool things. And sometimes they'll give you envoy books, which are books that have these custom enchants on them, and they'll have a certain level of the enchantment and a certain % success rate and destruction rate. So we'll go back to these enchantments. So block, it's kind of like when you're blocking with sword. I don't have one on me. So like if you're blocking with a sword, it will increase damage and redirect the damage. Deep wounds increases the chance of bleed, which if you look at your swords, this is part of the MCMMO, so there's like, I'll go into the MCMMO later, but essentially it makes the bleed effect longer. Double strike is a chance to strike twice, essentially double damage. Headless, really cool, drops your victim's head, so when you get a kill, it depends on the level of it, but you can drop their head, obviously bragging rights there. Then there's Vampire, which receives half health of the damage given, really good for swords, helps you sustain up and don't need to eat gapples. Thundering Blows can lightning them. Not the greatest custom enchant because sometimes it'll lightning their gear, so you don't always want that, but it's cool effect. Poison your opponents pretty straight up, nice to have. Lifesteal gives half a heart every time it's activated, based off the level from 1 to 5. These are all level 1 to 3. I think all of these, except for the lifesteal one. Lifesteal 1 goes up to 5, and the higher lifesteal, the more chance of healing back. It's good enchantment, really good enchantment. Ice Aspect, pretty straightforward. 3 levels, causes slowness. Featherweight gives a burst of haste, essentially lets you hit faster, and it can be up to 3 times as fast based off the level. These are some bow enchantments here. So healing, bows only. So when you shoot someone, it actually heals them instead of doing damage to them. So this is good. It's a cool enchantment, but it could get really annoying sometimes, because if you get a really good enchantment on your bow and get healing on it, it means it doesn't do any damage. Piercing, essentially bows do more damage, so that's just a genuinely great enchantment to have on your bows. Like this one is Power 5 and Breaking 3, Flame 2, Ice Freeze 1, Piercing 5. We'll go into Ice Freeze in a second. Explosive, you shoot wither heads, and they give the wither effect and do call it explosive, but it's really just wither. Venom, poison. Oh, these both go up to level 5, and poison go up to level 3. Inquisitive, so this is a really nice enchantment. It lets you get more experience from dropping on mobs. And then and that goes up to level 4. And then Infernal puts fire on people from bows, and that goes up to level 3. So like when you shoot someone, it does like a area of effect, fire effect. It's pretty cool. You guys might see it. Then these are the armor enchantments. Sorry, this is gonna take a little while, but you guys need to know all this stuff before I start off. So Curse is the ability to cause mining fatigue, and it's a chestplate only enchantment. So if you hit someone and they have Curse, there's a chance that you'll get mining fatigue, so you'll hit slower. Really nice to have on your armor. Levels 1 through 5. Deathbringer, chance to deal double damage, a lot like Double Strike. So it's really nice to have as well. Then you have Ender Shift, which is a helmet-only enchantment, and it gives you a boost of speed and hearts to flee away. Now, this is good for running away, But if you're stuck underground somewhere and you get this, it doesn't let you attack someone when you have this on, so it's not always great to have. Then you have Enlightened, which can help you, it heals hearts when you take damage, so it's really good to sustain and heal back up, just like the Vampire and Lifesteal. Frozen, slowness when attack, gears, you get speed boosts, like you get speed based off the level of gears, so gears 1, speed 1, gears 2, speed 2, gears 3, speed 3. Overload increases your permanent hearts, so it gives you, you can have up to like 15 hearts instead of just regular 10. Based off the level 1 through 3, Obsidian Shield, permanent fire resistance, Molten Trance to give your opponent fire, Implants heal health and hunger while you're running or walking. Hardened, chance to deal weakness when attacked, a lot like Mining Fatigue, or a lot like Curse, really good. Glowing, Night Vision, but this isn't actually very helpful for me, because I've gone into my Minecraft settings and changed the gamma, so that it's always on full bright. I can teach you guys how to do this in a separate video. Put it in the comment section below if you want me to show you guys how to get permanent full bright. And then Poisoned, essentially puts poison on them. Springs gives you a jump boost. Shockwave pushes your opponents back. I don't really like this for PvP myself, but some people like it. Aquatic, infinite health, or infinite air underwater. Tank, 3 effects, strength, slow, and resistance. I'm still not quite sure exactly what it means by that, whether it gives you strength, slow, and resistance, or your opponent. So unfortunately I don't know what that is. So, Wither is leggings only, and it gives a Wither effect that's really good. Valor is, it only works if you're using a sword, and there's a chance when you're low HP that you'll get extremely high resistance and practically give you a chance to heal back up with that lifesteal and Vampire. Self-destruct spawns death, on death spawns really like strong TNT, and it a lot of the time will blow up your gear and really pisses people off, especially me, so it'll blow up all your gear. You got Nutrition, heals more hunger, like more food from eating stuff, essentially. Armored, chance of resistance on low HP, kind of like Valor, but much more generic and much better. Anti-gravity, super jump boost, so it's like Springs but better. But you don't want to get too high level anti-gravity because then you start taking fall damage, and it just makes you jump really high. It's kind of hard for PvP. Commander, nearby allies are healed when you're injured. No, that's not what Commander does. They got the sign wrong. Commander gives your allies a boost of speed and haste, which is what lets you hit faster. On like every like 5 or so seconds. And then Spirit Link heals nearby factions and allies when hit. So this is what this says, it does that. And then Cactus injures your attackers but not your durability. So it's like Thorns but doesn't shit on your armor. Okay, so now that we're through that, sorry that took a little while. Oh, there's a couple more actually. These are axe of chance. So in the server, because it's got MCMOA, you actually use axes as weapons as well as swords. So Berserk gives you strength and mining fatigue. So this is okay because it gives you strength, but it gives you mining fatigue, which kind of sucks. So in order to counteract this, you guys, you can, because of the way factions works and the MCMO plugins on this server, you can make haste potions. So the haste will counteract the mining fatigue, and it essentially just gives you strength. So there's a little tip. So the mining fatigue is annoying, but you use haste and you'll counteract it. Confusion gives you a chance to inflict nausea. Decapitation, it's like Headless but for an axe. Blessed, chance of removing debuffs off yourself. Reforged, makes your axes last really long. Ravenous, chance to regain hunger when hitting. Bleed causes a bleed effect. It's really good, you want that on your axes. And then Cleave does AoE damage, so you want that on your axe as well. It's really important to have. Okay, so now that we've got the custom enchants, this is the shop, basic economy. You can buy spawners. Iron Golems are the best one, 2 million. Then there's a bunch of ones that are about 400k each. And yeah, so this is the generic shop. You'll see us up here, probably, for doing stuff. So, now I'm going to tell you guys a bit about factions. I'm going to assume you guys know the general stuff about it if you're watching my channel. But essentially, factions, there's like tons and tons of commands. I'm not going to go through them all because there's so many. But it helps, it lets you claim your own base so people can't grief you. And it essentially lets you create a team, so the people up here are the people on my team. Got me, Banzan101, he's also got a nice YouTube channel, you can check him out in the description. We've got JDoge Swims, I'm not sure, I don't think he has a YouTube channel, but he's a pretty good guy, he's good at base building. We got my alt account. We got Nor HD, pretty sick guy. He's from Britain. We got OP Phoenix, my little brother. He won't be on this channel because his voice is about as high as mouse. And then we have Crazy Boy, who is the saltiest person I met on the just will practically verbally rape you if you give him the chance to do so. And that's why he's in our faction. The MC Memo stuff, we'll go into that. Oh, I'll go a bit more into the factions. Oh yeah, I didn't finish with the faction stuff. Sorry. So, the faction stuff, home, new. So, on this server you can also set homes and then go to them, so simple/set home and then the name of the home. And then you can just type /home and then the name to go to it, and /del home space the name to delete it. So this is the base we have right now. It's a work in progress, it's not totally done. So it's 50 by 50 by 50, and it's gonna be 2 layers of obby. Some of it is done 2 layers of obby, but not all of it is. And so yeah, we'll have this. Then on the outside we have 3 layers of water, and there's gonna be a cobble box around that. But the big thing is, it's on the world border as well, which means people can't attack us from that side, which means there's just 1 less layer of walls we have to do. So if you do fmap, just lets us see a map, and this is all the land we have claimed over here, which means people can't break blocks in that claimed area. And it's really big, like it goes from all the way over there. So the only way to get in this base for other people is to build cannons and sand stack along the walls up here, and then hybrid shot in. So it makes griefing, like, obviously, less easy to do. So you can grief your own faction if they invite you, but I don't know, that's just a dick move, and I prefer not to do that. So if you can't get into base by yourself with a cannon, I don't think you should be getting into it. So that's just my perspective on things. People still do it, and it's an easy way to get free loot, but I don't promote it. So yeah. So that's factions. If there's any other things I haven't covered, just message me on the server, or put some comments below. That'd be always nice. Love seeing you guys' comments. And then MCMO. So here we have MC stats, which practically shows all your MC stats. So there's all kinds of different skills here that aren't normally on Minecraft. So excavation lets you mine. It's leveled up when you mine dirt or sand, and lets you get cool drops from mining dirt or sand. And each one has a unique ability. So the excavation one is called Giga Drill, and it lets you break blocks really fast for a certain amount of time based on the level of your thing. So mine's 500 to 1, which is it's pretty good. It's pretty good. The max is 1,500. Fishing, leveled up from fishing. It takes really long, so mine's really low. And it sometimes lets you pull things out of the water that are cool. Herbalism, pretty straightforward. Actually not totally sure what it does, but it's not very important. Mining gives you a chance to get double drops, and then the ability is the same as excavation, where it'll let you mine faster. You obviously level it up from mining. Woodcutting, not important. Here are the really important ones. So combat skills. So first we have archery, and mine is almost all of these are maxed out for me, which is really good. So you see archery. This means my bows do 200% damage, which is double damage. Okay, so J-Doge is just leaving a sec to overclaim something. So I'm sure he'll be back. Okay, so then Daze gives me a chance to daze your targets, which gives them like nausea effect, and it does a bonus 4 damage. And then Retrieve Arrows means that when you shoot someone without an infinity bow, they drop an arrow and you can pick it back up. Not very useful, but nice to have. So we'll go back to MC stats and move on to the next one. Axes. Okay. Axes is the one that makes axes a weapon on the server, because the effects you get from it are really nice. Axe mastery, so you do bonus 4 damage with axes. And by the way, guys, these damages are each count for half a heart, so 4 damage is only 2 hearts, but still, that's good. That means it makes it do more damage than swords. Armor impact, deal a bonus 26 damage to armor. That is insane. That means every time I hit you, I do 13 hearts of damage to your armor. Ridiculous. It's why axes are really good. And then greater impact, you deal a bonus 2 damage to unarmed foes, and there's sometimes an AoE effect that looks really cool. And then critical strike, another really important one. double damage on a single hit. 37.5% chance to do it at maxed axes on the server, which is 1,250. Really important. And then there's Skull Splitter length, which means it's the ability for this one. Oh, I didn't mean to write that in chat. That's just my macro for League of Legends. So it lets you do AoE. So you see I ready my axe, which means I can, once I hit someone after my axe is ready, I do massive AoE cleave damage, and it wrecks people. So that's axes for you. Then we'll move on to swords. Swords isn't as big on this server. Essentially, counterattack chance when you're holding a sword and blocking, like this. There's a chance that people will have their damage returned to them, or half of it, and it blocks the damage from you. And reflects 50% of the damage taken while blocking. So, bleed length, 3 ticks. A tick happens every 2 seconds, so 6 seconds. My bleed, and bleed just does damage over time. And then 75% of the time I hit a bleed, so essentially I just do lots of damage over time. And serrated strengths is better bleed, AoE damage, and area of effect bleed, so it's really good. And then I think the last one is unarmed. And unarmed is really annoying, but luckily for me I have it maxed out, so it lets you do an extra 8 damage with your fists, which is 4 hearts. Arrow deflect chance, 15%, so 15% of the time you deflect the arrow. Disarm chance, this is the big one. 7.5% chance for disarm. This means that sometimes when I hit people with my fist, 7.5% of the time I'll make them drop their weapon, which is really important, because if they drop their weapon, I can just walk over there and pick it back up. And there you go, I've just got your free weapon, and now you can't fight me because you don't have anything left. And then Iron Grip chance just prevents people from disarming you, so because it's maxed out, 100% disarm chance, or Iron Grip chance, so essentially I can't be disarmed on this server. Neither can anyone else that has maxed out disarm. So, MC stats, what else was there? So that's that for that. Acrobatics is also pretty important. Roll chance, graceful roll. Essentially, when you're falling down, if you shift, you take no fall damage most of the time. The server's kind of weird the way it does it, so sometimes it doesn't work. And then there's dodge chance, which reduces attack damage by half if someone hits you, so 1 out of 5 of the times I get hit, the damage is reduced by half. So yeah, this is Benson right there. Again, check out his YouTube channel in the description, he's pretty sick. And then move on. Alchemy, brewing. This is brewing, so it levels up as you brew stuff. Also with the PvP stats, something I didn't mention is you don't level them up from killing mobs. You have to kill people, or damage people. And then, so back to alchemy. Alchemy is really important because the higher alchemy you get, the more unique potions you can brew. So my alchemy is only 150, but that lets me build haste potions, which lets me hit a lot faster. I don't think I have any on me currently. No, I don't. So I don't have any haste potions on me, so I can't show you guys that right now. But you want to get that up because the higher you get it, the much better. Repair. Now, repair is not greatly important by itself. Obviously, it lets you repair items by right-clicking on them on an iron block, and it'll consume whatever item you're like the ink. If I was repairing iron stuff, it would use iron ingots to repair it. And then salvage is the bigger one, and it lets you right-click on a gold block with armor, and it will break it and give you some stuff back. So if you break diamond gear, it'll give you diamonds back. So it's good because a lot of the diamond gear on this server is not stuff you want. There's only, like, not a lot of diamond gear that you actually want to use and keep. So it's good. Smelting, not important. So yeah, that's the MCMMO for you. What's next? I'll show you the PV command. This is personal vault. So you can't do the second command. You can't look at someone else's personal vault. But or first I'll go into the ranks. So the highest rank is Tropico. You can look that out in the spy version on the service website, and you get all kinds of cool bonuses, one of which is the /fly command, but you can only use it while you're out of combat, so obviously you can't just fly away from PvP. So that's one of the nice commands, really awesome for building bases. But another one of them is you get a lot of personal vaults. So, oh, sorry about that. So, for the personal vaults, it lets us put stuff in there. So here I have a creeper spawner, 11 zombie, 11 skelly, 8 spider, 4 IGs, some space withers. That's another thing. There's bosses on this server that you have to spawn in Warzone, and when you kill them, you get special bonuses, like chests that you can sell or open, and they'll give you cool loot. This is a spawn cosmic envoy, which lets me summon an envoy, which is the thing that puts all those chests at Warzone. So that's pretty awesome. We got some pig spawners, etc., etc. So I have 15 of these, which is crazy. Before, on one of the recent updates, it had 50, which means practically the only reason you build a base is to put spawners in them. So iron golems is like the only reason you build bases. Well, they're not the only reason, but they're like the main reason you build bases is to put spawners in them. So yeah, raids don't get you a lot of loot normally, but they get you a lot of spawners. So that's what you want. Did a raid earlier today and got 2 pig spawners from it. Some guy was building a base, or had built a base somewhere over there, and we didn't appreciate him building near us, so we had to go take him out. What other commands are there that are important? There's the /trade feature, which lets you trade with someone, and you need to be within 10 blocks of them, so I'll go over here and try and trade Bands in. Maybe he can help me demonstrate this. So we'll see if he lets us trade him. So, it brings up that interface, right? And you can put something on your half, so this adventures with Sax, that's my half. And then you both have to click the accept, which makes it green, and then that he clicked to accept too, and then we trade. So this is how you trade with people without getting scammed. So pretty awesome plugin right there. Banzin's just working on the base. So yeah, a little personal mod I have. This is allowed on the server, just in case you guys know. Shows the percentage of your armor and stuff. Oh yeah, another thing that Tropicos get to do is they have the /fix command. Boom. There you go. Now it's full health. So it's awesome for PvP because the axes destroy your armor. So you need to be able to /fix it. So people will like ender pearl away and try and quickly /fix their armor and then put it back on before you get to them. So that's something Tropicos do in PvP, or anyone above the Vine rank. You guys can look at the ranks on the store. I'm sure you guys know stuff about the server if you're watching the videos. If not, you guys should check it out. CosmicPvp.me right there at the bottom of the name tag thing. All kinds of ranks. Awesome server. Message me up. Maybe we can lay together for a bit. You guys can be in one of my videos. So yeah. The faction I'm in right now only has a couple people in it. It's because I just built it, and it's my own personal faction, my first one on the server, and we're gonna be really overpowered. This is gonna be the best faction on the server, essentially. And you guys may laugh now, but trust me, this is gonna be the best faction on the server. We're gonna have tons of iron golem spawners. We're gonna be PvP gods. We're all really good at PvP, and you can do MC top to see who has the most MCMO. I'm number 5. That's really big. That's a lot of MCMO. 7. An Infinity Leech, my boy. 11,000. That's crazy. He's maxed out almost everything. So yeah, Benson's just doing some building right here. So, yeah. I think this will be it for the first video. You guys can message me, put some comments, likes below. Can talk about things. And yeah, I'm gonna go back to building the space. Maybe we'll do some PvP later, put up another video. But yeah, this is gonna be the first video. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.